Okay, so I'm going to be working out this problem that's asking me what are the solutions to 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x equals 0. And so I'm going to do a different method that you see here, and I think it's one you're a little more familiar with. So in case you needed a refresher, I'm going to do the solutions to this equation. My first step always is see if I can take out a greatest common factor out of all of my terms. So when I look through, and I'm sorry this is a little blurry, I'm trying to stay still. When I look through, I can't take a number out of all of these. I could divide 6 and 4 by like 2, but 5 I can't divide by 2. So let's try something else. Let's look at the x's. I notice I have a 3x cubed, x squared, and an x. So I can take out one x from all of those terms, and it leaves me with 6x squared minus 5x minus 4, and that is equal to 0. So I went ahead and did my greatest common factor. So now I need to try to continue factoring because eventually I'm trying to solve for x. So we're trying to get those factors so I can solve. I notice that this is a trinomial, which means if I have like 3 pieces, that's when I try to do the x method. I also notice though that I have this number in front of the x squared. So I need to do that extra little step. I need to do that AC on top and the B on the bottom, because a does not equal 1, meaning I don't have a plain x squared. So let me write this a little bit bigger. Remember, this is the a, this is b, and this is c. So I'm going to do a times c on top, which is 6 times negative 4, that's negative 24. b is negative 5, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. And I'm still doing the same process where I'm finding 2 numbers to multiply to give me negative 24 and add to give me negative 5. Those 2 numbers, if you had to toy around with it a little bit, I'm thinking of 2 times 6, that doesn't work. 3 times 8, okay, those have a little difference of 5. I need a negative 8 and a positive 3. So those will work. So at this point, this is when I'm going to rewrite that b term using those 2 because, again, my a does not equal 1. So I'm going to keep the 6x squared the same. Nothing changed there, but then this 3 and the negative 8, I'm going to just rewrite as an x term. So notice 3x and minus 8x, and if you write it in the different order, that's also okay, it will work out. And then I still have the minus 4, and I still have this x out on the side, so I'm just going to make sure I keep everything the same. Okay, now look, I have 4 terms. When I have 4 terms, I always try to group and factor out again. So let's just focus on the first 2. 6x squared plus 3x. I can take out a 3 from both of those numbers, and I can also take out an x. So I still have this x on the side, but I'm going to take out a 3x, and that leaves me with 2, because 3 times 2 is 6, and 1x plus, if I took out all of 3x, I'm going to keep a 1 there, because I still want to have it there if I were to redistribute. So that's the first section. Then I have minus 8x minus 4. So I'm going to make sure I take that negative out front out, and I can divide both of these by 4. So that leaves me with negative 8 divided by 4 is 2. Still have the x, and minus 4 divided by minus 4 is plus 1. So again, the main goal is that you see the 2 same factors. If you don't, it will not work. Those have to be the same. So I keep this x out front. Nothing's changed there. Then I'm going to put these 2 together because I see that in the 3x times 2x plus 1 and a minus 4 times 2x plus 1, I can factor this out of both of those. So 2x plus 1, I only put it one time because I'm taking it out of both of these terms, just like how we took an x out of both of these terms. I'm taking out the whole 2x plus 1, and I'm left with 3x minus 4. And this is still equal to 0. So at this point, I have factored completely. So these are my factors. Those are my factors. But I'm looking for the solutions, and solutions means I'm solving for x. So I'm going to take each piece and set it equal to 0 because when I'm multiplying, I need at least one of these to be 0. So x can equal 0. That's one solution. 2x plus 1 needs to equal 0. So when I solve this, I'm going to just subtract 1 from both sides. 2x equals -1, then I need to divide by 2, so x will equal -1/2. That's another solution. Or 3x minus 4 equals 0. Again, I'm solving for x, add 4, 3x equals 4. Then I can divide both sides by 3, and x equals 4/3. Notice that I needed to have 3 solutions, and I got 1, 2, 3 solutions. So that is my answer.